Hi, and thank you so much for choosing Morning Yin. This yoga practice is going to take you through some postures that are a little bit more active, as well as some that are a little bit more passive, to help you do just a little bit of strengthening as we stretch through the body. My name is Taylor, and we'll go ahead and get started. There's a couple of props that you'll need: a block and a bolster. If you don't have these, stack of magazines taped up will work just fine for your block. And for a bolster, you can sub out some of those dense couch cushions, couch cushions, or the throw pillows that you've got. And we'll go ahead and get started in child's pose. So we won't need these quite yet. We'll move those to the side. And then from here, just bring your big toes together behind you, knees slightly wider than the hips, and then walk the hands forward, allowing the forehead to rest down onto the floor. Child's pose is a nice place to start any practice to help you connect to the breath, and also to close out any visual distractions that you might have in your sight field where you are. So from here, just start to pay attention to the breath. Notice the easy inhales and exhales, nice and natural. And don't work on modifying them too much. And throughout the rest of our practice here, keep that nice, natural, easy breath in, easy breath out. Continue to notice it as we move in and out of postures, and use it as a gauge. It will tell you if you have created a little too much intensity in a posture for yourself, if your breath becomes short and staggered and a little more difficult. So if you find any of those cues coming up, staggered, difficult breathing, then go ahead and take a couple steps out of the posture. Bring yourself back just a little bit so that you can come to a nice place of calm. 2 more breaths in and out. And then use your next inhale to come up through hands and knees. And then come to lying on the back with the knees bent, feet flat on the floor. From here, allow the right knee to bend, placing the right ankle just above the left knee, right hand to the right thigh, pushing the thigh away from you as those toes, the right toes, flex towards your shin. Now it's very important that the right hand stays here rather than up on the knee. We don't want to put any pressure on this joint. If this is enough sensation for the outside of your right hip, please stay where you are. But if you would like to take it a step further, then grab behind your left knee, hugging the entire leg set up towards you. Left leg can just relax. Right elbow can shimmy into the right thigh to push the thigh away from you as you pull the legs towards you. Again, smooth, even breath as we hold. With Yin, we're working on getting into the deep connective tissues in some of the joints. And so here, it just takes a little bit longer to get into those deep connective tissues. So we're just going to hold for another minute, allowing the outside of the hip to open up slowly and easily, as we do our best to stay present with the mind. On your next exhale, gently releasing. And taking that to the other side, left ankle above the right knee, left toes flexed, hand on thigh, push away. And again, if you wanted to take the sensation a little bit further, clasping behind the right knee, legs pulling in towards your chest as you use your left elbow and your left thigh to push that away to increase sensation if you need it. Again, natural breath in, natural breath out, recognizing if there's any choppiness, staying aware, staying with the sensation of the body here. Eyes closed, allowing your body some time to just relax and enjoy the stretch in the hip. This can feel really relieving and really relaxing for many people, especially with tight hips. One more breath in. And on your exhale, allow both feet to come out down to the floor and extend both legs straight out in front of you. And this just gives the body a moment to allow fluids to flow freely. Come back to equilibrium. Now, as you're ready, roll over onto your left side for a moment. Place your right hand palm down underneath your right glute and do the same thing on your left side. Left palm face down underneath your left glute. From here, allow your knees to hug in towards you. Take a deep breath in and then exhale. Send your legs straight out in front of you and up overhead. Knees bend. Breath in here. And use your exhale, legs long, strong, and up overhead. Bend the knees in once again. We'll take a few more rounds of this, maybe using your own breath, whatever feels natural to you. I like to power up on the exhale. And then bring legs into center. Using that moment at center for an inhale. Extend, power up, and just 3 more on your own. Taking your time. Make sure that your core is strong through all of this, supporting your lower back. And starting to notice the warmth through your body. Once you're complete, legs long in front of you, remove your hands from underneath your glutes. And then as you're ready, roll over onto one side and push up through tabletop. From tabletop, sit on your bottom. Let your legs be long in front of you. And find your pillows or your bolster. Now we're going to come into a forward fold. So first set up by pushing your heels away from you and pulling your toes in towards you so that you feel the back side of your legs awaken, and maybe the top side of your legs feel like they're a little bit engaged. Now from here, shoulders down and away from the ears. Hip bones rooted firmly down into the floor. And then just simply hinge forward until you feel the back side of your legs begin to stretch. And we want to be in a place that is comfortable and sustainable so that you can hold this for longer than a minute or two. And then we'll prop up. And so if you do have a long bolster available to you, placing it at your ankles and just allowing your forehead to rest can be very comfortable. Now, if you don't have this bolster available to you, it might mean we're not propping the forehead up at all. It might mean we have to stack some stuff on the lap to allow this. Now, we do want to work towards keeping the neck from craning forward to make contact with whatever that is. We don't want a whole lot of bend in this area. So if that's not possible for you with the stacking, we'll just move those things to the side and hold this posture as is. Shoulders back, hands next to the hips to ensure the nice neutral spine. Close your eyes and breathe. Saying hello to your hamstrings, to the backside of your calves, giving them a little bit of love. And they work hard to keep us standing and supported every day. Think also about pulling your belly button towards your spine to have a nice, strong core here. As you lean forward, as you stretch. Last deep breath in here. And on your exhale, come back up through center. Move your bolster out of the way. And we'll come into one more little core work round of little exercise here. Now this is called tripod. I have my block here in case you do have sensitive wrists. This is going to be a really valuable tool for you. Instead of having your hand on the floor with your hand and your wrist supporting all of the weight of your body, you can place your elbow on the block to let your elbow and your arm do the work rather than your wrist. Let your shoulder hold onto the weight. Now from here, bend your right leg. We'll start on the left side. So bend the left leg, left elbow down or left hand down onto the floor. From here, we'll use some pressure down in through the left foot and also the right heel to inhale, lift right hand and hips up and overhead. Exhale, hips back down to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. That's 3. We'll make it to 10. 4. 5. Add my block. 6. Strong core, belly button towards spine. 7. Pushing down through both feet. 8. 9 and 10. Awesome, you guys. We'll take a moment to sit up, shake it out. Prepare for the other side. Just wiggle your legs out a little bit. And then as you're ready, right hand on the floor. Right knee bends. Press down through your right foot as you inhale, lift heels up, hips up. Exhale. That's 1. Inhale. 2. Strong core. 3. 4. Noticing that heat build up. 5. 6. 7. 8. If you want an extra challenge, don't sit all the way and just hover. 9. And 10. Shake it out. And get that blood pumping, get your core working to start your day. Now, from here, come to laying down on your belly. Lay all the way down with your forehead resting. Take your palms face down next to your hips, fingertips pointing down towards your toes. Now, from here, I want you to knit together your legs, like you're squeezing your thighs together. They're super glued all the way down to your toes. Reach your toes away from you, like you're trying to touch the wall nearest to them, behind them. And then think about lifting your belly button up and away from the floor. So you've got some strength through the belly. Now on your inhale, lift your chest up and away from the floor. Shoulder blades come together behind you. Hands lift away from the floor. Toes lift just slightly as you continue to squeeze legs together and extend toes away from you, lifting through the belly button. Deep breath in. And exhale everything back down onto the floor. Don't let it relax until you've landed. Little bit of strength for our rector spinae, those muscles surrounding the spine. And then from here, as you're ready, come up onto your forearms. So as you can see, my elbow is right underneath my shoulder here. We want that on both sides. Palms flat on the floor, fingers spread wide. Now, from here, what you want to use is pressure down from all 10 fingertips, down through the palm, down through the forearm, down through the elbow on both sides. Pressure down towards the floor to keep that connection, to keep some lift in the chest and shoulders down and away from the ears. Think about pulling your chest up towards the ceiling. Think about lifting, same thing, just as this last pose, lifting belly button up and away from the floor. As you close your eyes, toes reach away from you. Easy breath in. Easy breath out. Noticing if as you fatigue a little bit in this posture, if your shoulders start to sink up towards your ears, recognize that, reestablish the push into the floor, the lift in the chest, the pull with the toes, the belly button away from the floor. And if it's difficult for you to maintain any of those things, just think about listing them through as a cycle. Hands press down, elbows press down, chest lifts, chin tucks slightly, toes pull, belly button lifts. And we've just got another breath in. And exhale, come down. Allow one ear to rest on the mat or make a little hand pillow, stacking both palms. Allowing the body to just not do anything for a moment, to just be. Now, as you're ready, we'll set up for this next stretch. Extend the left arm out towards the left, palm face down on the floor. Now, look and make sure that the left palm is in line with the left shoulder here. We don't want it down, we don't want it up, we want it right in line. Now, the right hand is going to face down right underneath the right shoulder, and then we'll roll over onto the left side of the body. From here, the legs can stack if that's comfortable, or you can even work on bending your right knee and placing it behind the left leg, or maybe it helps to support you in front of your left leg. Whatever works for you. Left ear should be gently relaxed on the floor. And if you would like to add on, if this is not enough sensation in your left shoulder, then reach your right hand behind you to your lower back, palm face out. And if you're really flexible here, you can reach towards your left fingertips with your right. Find your easy breath in and out. And remember, the breath is the guide. It tells us when we've gone too far into a posture, when we're pushing our body's limits. And do your best to listen to that. We would listen to that by maybe unbending your right leg and stacking instead. Just coming out slightly, bringing more ease into your yoga practice. Last breath in here. And on your exhale, come back onto your belly. And we'll take that to the other side. Right palm face down in line with the right shoulder. And then left palm underneath the left shoulder, roll over onto your right side. Again, stacking the feet and the legs, or bending left leg and using it as a kickstand behind you. Left hand can stay on the floor right where it is, or maybe it goes behind the lower back. Right ear easy, rested down, head and neck supported. Opening through the chest. Noticing the sensation, maybe closing your eyes. And choosing to add sensation if you need to, or to take away. And then on your next exhale, rolling back onto the belly, making a hand pillow. Allowing your body a moment to rest. As you're ready, push up through hands and knees. And we'll come to lay on the back with the block available. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Laying down, block available, press down through your feet, inhale, lift heels up, and then take that block and scoot it underneath your lower back. We've got a triangular shaped bone at the base of the spine called the sacrum. That's what you want to use to set up for this. So it should be like you're just setting your sacrum down on a shelf, nice and flat, nice and easy and comfortable. Hands on the belly or palms face up next to the hips. Just a nice easy back bend or gravity can do the work for us. And if it's uncomfortable and difficult to hold your legs up in space here, you can take your heels, your feet a little bit wider, and allow the knees to knock in towards one another, creating a little bit more space in your lower back. Smooth breaths in and out. And then as you're ready, bring your feet back underneath your knees. Add some pressure down into your feet. Lift your hips up. Move your block over to the side and very gently set hips back down. Now, feet as wide as the hips, just allow your knees to fall over to the right. Hands on the belly or face up next to the hips. Just a nice, easy twist. Take your last inhale here. And on your exhale, strong through the core, knees up through center, and then knees over to the left. Last inhale here. Exhale, strong belly, knees up to center, and then hug your knees into your chest. Take an easy breath in and out. And then allow your legs to be long on the floor in front of you, palms face up next to your hips. If this is not super comfortable for your body, you need just something to make it a little more comfortable. You can scoot your pillows or your bolster underneath your knees to lay comfortably that way. Now, I recommend that you stay in this posture for the next at least 8 minutes and give yourself some time to rest after all of that movement we've just done. And then if you would like to tag on to this, you can find a breathing practice by Courtney. That would be a great addition to this practice. I hope you feel rested and rejuvenated and ready to start your day. Namaste.